I find that there's a certain section of people, women in particular, who feel that, like, they feel that the independent woman is, like, so independent that she doesn't need a man, and that, um, a lot of people, when you hear gender roles, most people, they think that men are supposed to hold on to the gender roles where they sacrifice, they give money to their women, etc. And that's what so-called real men do. But meanwhile, you look at gender roles for women, and people just go out of their way to denounce the idea
No.
of rape.
See, that is such a bunch of freaking crap. You asked me how I feel about this. I'm about to tell you. You just hit my hot button. I can't take no more. You remember a nutty professor? He said, "Stop it! I can't take this shit no more." What was his name? What was his name?
Dave Chappelle.
No, but what was his
Reggie.
name? Oh, yeah, he's like, "Reggie's about to get in your eye. Should I get him?" Damn, I forgot what I was going to say. That.
Wow.
Yeah, that wasn't worth it at all. Oh, but here's the deal. See, for me, let me give you my personal experience, and let me also say this for context purposes. There are a lot of men, since that's who you were just speaking about. You said that they should accept the role, right?
That's what society says, yeah.
Right, that's what society says, not you, right? But your topic. So, in the case, listen, you have some men, let's say there's two types of men in the world. Let's just say. Obviously there's more, but for this conversation, let's just say there's two types of men in the world when it comes to marriage and having a successful marriage. I believe one group is completely not like me. And I want to also say this. Both types of men go on to have very successful relationships. But let's get back to the two types of people, the two types of men, and one is completely not like me. That guy, he gets things done. He understands women. He will submit. He will understand the philosophy of happy wife, happy life. You've heard that before, right? Happy wife, happy life. You've heard that before, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's that guy. And I know a few of those guys. I mean, they know the power of trying to be right. And therefore, they don't run in that direction. They're like, oh, no, I know I'm right now. Listen, I'm so right now. I'm just going to submit and I'm going to allow her to win this. Because he, again, understands happy wife, happy life. That's that side. And shout out to all of those men. Then you have the other group of men, and we're probably a very small percentage because we're like the freaking lunatics. We are who we are. And the woman now has to do exactly what I just said the man does for the woman in the first area. Neither of them is wrong. Neither of them is bad. How many times do we see people accrediting what gets all the things that the man isn't able to do? He said, I don't know how my wife does it, but man, she doesn't give me no hard problems. I mean, she raises the kids. She does this. You ever heard that before?
Yeah.
And that's that. So it's just a two-sided coin. There's no bad. There's no good. There's no gender roles. Now, if you say there's a role, I believe we need to all have a role. but I don't like gender roles. Or at least I don't consider myself, that's not an area I want to go into. What is it? Gender roles. No, we should know a role. It don't have to be a gender role. I done seen too many weird, interesting, strange marriages really work. And it was so weird how it worked. But you have to know what your role is, and you have to know what that person's role is, and you have to accept that role. Once you accept it, old people will tell you, listen, old people, I just heard an old woman just say to a young woman maybe about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. She was joking, but she was dead serious. She was talking to her granddaughter or something, and she was talking about how when she first met the guy that she's with, she used to suck his balls. And then the grandmother, she went in to say that she stopped doing that. And she said, if you're going to suck his balls in the beginning, you're going to have to continuously suck his balls. If you can't change the role without everybody knowing is what I'm saying. And I think that's what the lady is saying too. If he's a crackhead, when you start dating, guess what? You can't be mad a year later and say, "No, that's he changed roles on me." No, you can't say that. Vice versa. If she got kids before you get into a relationship, you already know that. You can't come back to her a couple of years later and be talking about it's the kids. The kids is the reason. If you accepted that before. It could be another reason, but it can't be the reason you've already accepted. And that's what I believe roles is. When we get down to genders, I think that's where it gets really crazy. And I think that leads to a lot of divorces as well. How do you feel about it?
Okay. Well, frankly, I'm on the fence about it. I mean, I'm basically, yeah, like you said, if it works for you, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's not about the, like, gender roles. It's about, your personal preference role. The part that I'm not a fan of is the idea that, we're supposed to, like we have these stigmas, and I especially hate when society will basically praise the hell out of a woman who breaks gender roles, but expect men to commit to all these gender roles that just happen to basically involve kissing a woman's ass.
Yeah, it's so interesting, man. Gender roles. You know how many people's relationships could be prospering, but they're digressing all because they have this false facade and they're trying to believe in gender roles. They're trying to fit into that box.
Yeah.
Trying to fit into that box. Well, you're the one working. No, you're the one cleaning. Well, it's like when people go to a job. One of the worst things you could say to piss me off is that's not my job. I used to hate that when I had a job and people at my job would say that, it would like really get under my skin. That's not my job. Are you kidding me? What? Boy. All right, because that's going to get my blood pressure high.